Hey guys, welcome to our second Design Like a Nerd episode. Today we are talking about the Modernism movement as it is related to interior design. Modern, moderne, modernist, and modernism are all interchangeable terms for designs that originated in the early 1900s and really focused on clean lines, geometric patterns, and new materials, moving away from the fussy layers and busy motifs of the then popular Victorian tastes. As you know, interiors aren't my forte, but that's why fellow content creator and real-life interior designer the Decorista has once again joined us. You can learn more about our Queen of Interiors in the video description. Let's have a big round of applause too, because I literally could not make this video myself. Truly. If you want to see the disaster that happened when I tried, it's available for our Gable tier members as well as an extended version of this video. As always, I'm going to talk at you a bit about the history of the modern movement with a focus on what we are doing today, and then we'll redesign this home in Windenburg. Between that though, Decorista will once again be giving us a tour of the best objects across the game to accomplish early modernism. That's right, this is just covering the early stuff. There is so much more to be explored later on. First, please look at some cool houses while I once again explain that Big M Modern is not the same at all as contemporary, and yet is exactly the same. Okay, listen. The words modern and contemporary both mean connected with the present, or what's happening now. However, Big M Modern refers to a movement that officially ended in the 1960s, and Big C Contemporary is today's trending style. They both came from the desires of their time, hence the names, and rely on clean lines, simple shapes, accessible materials, and a general minimalism, but are separate styles and we will approach them as such. International minimalism and several other styles share the same challenge, where they have a name that means one thing and also means the style. Anyway, just know that in this video, if we say modern, we mean the Big M Modern and not present-day contemporary. So now that we know modern style is actually 100 years old, what even started it? The very beginning seeds were planted around 1900. Modernism had a minor transition into mid-century modern after World War II and transitioned again into postmodernism in the 1960s. Thanks to international trade, the Industrial Revolution, locomotives and automobiles, and a half a dozen other compounding factors, this was a hugely international phenomenon and picked up many attributes from around the globe. One of the largest influencers on the style was Germany's Stijl's Bauhaus, a school of design which operated from 1919 to 1933. This poster sums up their motivations pretty well, replacing stuffy, crumbling traditional design with modernity, focusing on the strength of manufactured elements and newfound benefits of well-lit and hygienic places. Founder Walter Gropius is famous for quotes like, "Form follows function. The ultimate aim of all creative activity is building, and architecture is the embrace of space that results in the creation of place." I have to agree with these sentiments. Have you seen this channel? Unfortunately, a certain rising political group disagreed and the school was shut down. Other large influencers included Swiss-French Le Corbusier and his 5 points of modern architecture, the style or de stijl movement of the Netherlands that promoted bright primary colors and geometric abstraction, Charles Rennie Mackintosh of Scotland and his wife Margaret MacDonald, who worked together on many designs in the very beginning days of modernism and introduced many Japanese elements, and lover of minimalism in all aspects, Ludwig Mies van der Rohe, who became the director of the Bauhaus in 1930. He moved to Chicago after the school was shut down and continued to embrace the less is more mindset with his modern architectural design. Speaking of Chicago, American architect Frank Lloyd Wright is also considered to be a founding member of the modernist movement. This wouldn't be a video on modern design if we didn't bring up falling water. As you can see, many hands were involved in the creation of the modern movement, but a few things remained constant regardless of who, when, and where the style was implemented. First, an emphasis on simplicity, but not just for simplicity's sake. Each element of the space must have a purpose, and therefore decorations were limited. This utilitarianism played well into making these items a cost-effective option for families later on in the style's evolution. Second, the materials remained largely consistent. Steel, concrete, glass, plastics, lacquer, plywood, and other manufactured materials were core furniture elements. Third, an appreciation for quality in construction prevailed. The general goal of the artists listed above was to keep the quality and durability of the items at the forefront of the manufacturing process and not simply make cheap, cool-looking furniture. You can see this pride in exposed construction elements like metal cross bracings and chairs not being covered, or plywood not being hidden under fabrics and paints, and even exposed construction elements in what we would likely now refer to as industrial style. These three elements combined to create streamlined, geometric, iconic pieces. The colors of the items varied much more significantly based on country and demographics. For example, it would be common to see green, camel, red, yellow, black, gold, and silver used throughout more urban structures, but coastal areas may prefer pastels, pink, yellow, and blue. We also already saw how the Dutch distill movement championed primaries, and Frank Lloyd Wright was drawn to more earthy tones. What are you most drawn to? Perhaps Decorista can help you decide with this overview of best items from each pack. You loved this segment last time, so we decided to make it a Design Like a Nerd staple.
Hello everybody, this is the Decorista. I'm excited to participate in this second installment of Design Like a Nerd series, and I want to start with base game. They have a lot of great geometric wallpapers and tiles. You have your checkerboard patterns, which were very popular in this period. Chrome and glass. This was all about industrialism, using new elements like chrome in furniture. Let's look at the upholstery. This is very important. The early modernist upholstery was a little bulkier, quite a bit bulkier than you'll see in the later mid-century. It's very soft in edges. You're going to see a lot of these curves in the modernism. So it's clean, but it is a lot more chunky than later modern. Some great kitchens with this that could work really well. Big, large format marble tiles are also fantastic. They used a lot of marble, luxurious marbles and stones on the floors and the walls. Let's jump over to our first expansion pack. That would be high school years. This is the obvious choice. This is an Art Deco pack, and Art Deco was a huge part of early modern modernism. These sofas have these chunky arms, yet are still very modern. Some clean beds, this rug, this sort of stylized cloud, these arches, kind of fan shapes were hugely popular. Also like the lotus flower. This is papyrus in Art Deco. The curved edges, the mirrors, and like the marbles, and some great rugs in this as well. Next, we'll move into growing together. They also have some great curved sofas, these dining tables that are a little different than mid-century. The burled woods are used a lot in the urban deco in Chicago and New York. You have this kitchen that looks right out of the 20s and has a lot of features of the streamlined moderne, and also wonderful these half stripe wall tiles are very classic and fantastic. Let's move over here to seasons. We have some great upholstered pieces, some outdoor. I love these shapes. They all fit within that modern period. These curves, so it's bulky but very clean, curvilinear. You're going to hear that a lot. This dining table set too is great with these high back chairs with a bit of the gilding. You're going to see a lot of gold, silver in this period. Let's move down to city living. Some great rugs. Again, you have the arches. They're in the stylized fan and wave patterns. And then you can see like the fan and scallop seashell shapes that were so popular in Deco. You could see those in any 1930s like design magazine. Kind of flocati rugs, and the animal prints gained in popularity for the first time in the early 20th century, and these big marble tiles get together. Again, you're starting to see the shapes. Lighting was being used in furniture and architecture. First time we had like electrical decorative lighting, and they took great advantage of that. One pack that really stands out in the expansions is the new Love Struck pack. I love these fan-shaped chairs, and also the metal. Always these like little buckets. You see the little bulky backs on these bar backs are incredible. The lip sofa, which was originally designed by Salvador Dali, and then this like rounded lighted bar, just so glamorous. And oh, how many wonderful pattern and solid marbles to give us that luxe glamour. And I always also threw in the bear rugs because you see a lot of like movie star pictures in the 20s. They're all on bear rugs. And then we have the beginning of our game packs, Dream Home Decorator. Just some really clean, modern beds. These modular systems are really fantastic. The white fronts with the big round wooden knobs were very popular in the 30s. These chaise lounges that also can create the sectional was first designed by Mies van der Rohe and became a staple of any modern design, and this wallpaper as well can work in a lot of deco builds. Now we're going to go to outer space, journey to Batu. You could do a really gorgeous urban deco design with some of these pieces. I use this coffee table a lot when I do early 20th century modernism. It has the light features, the hammered metal, this one as well. Of course, you know, like I said, the lighted features with the bars, and this ridges and gravel is so gorgeous and looks like striated stone, so luxurious. Then we have Dine Out, which has this wonderful rectangle dream carpeting, some more marble tile options, a lot of lighted things, the marble console. I use this aplenty slats in a lot of deco builds. It's clean, modern, has the light feature. You gotta have your booze bottles. It was prohibition, but everybody was drinking. Not everybody, but it made people want to drink more. And the spa day is a wonderful addition, just clean, modern, large format towels, these cascading lights, which, you know, are probably LED, which didn't exist then. Those glamorous cascading lights were very popular in the 20s. We have Home Chef Hustle, which is one of my favorite kitchens and I think can fit well in the style. Also, this soft yellow and like this mint green, quite popular tones in that period, and these clean refrigerators. Fitness stuff, Perfect Balance Lounger, just screams Art Deco. Also could be used in 80s builds. And these tables as well, like the chiseled stone using formed concrete became popular. Moschino Pack, this is wonderful sectional. These wallpapers I've used in almost every deco build. It's very kind of Hollywood glamour. And then we have the Vintage Glamour Stuff Pack, which, wow, packs a wallop. These Narcissus Folly mirrors are some of my favorite floor-to-ceiling mirrors in the game, and just their style and all the color choices make them great for a deco build. These fireplaces, a Fury facade, as a completely deco look, and they have just all the wonderful streamlined furniture, the glamorous, the metals, the mirror, and lastly, these tall of it and short of it with the gold leafing. Beautiful for really glamorous modern builds. So let's move over to our first kit, the Modern Luxe. This is really, really great kit. A lot of offerings. These wall panels, the Sophistico accent panel, these chairs giving that curvy, kind of a little bit bulky, but glamorous and modern look. These beds work great in any kind of modern glamour build. Also these rugs. And then our last four kits, we have Desert Luxe over here. Be especially good for doing outdoor builds in the deco style. You have the lighted bar, which is fantastic. This Prime Luxe plush sofa could work well in interior. You see these arms, the big curved heavy arms, and also the Book Nook kit. You're seeing the same kind of shape, and I love like the little drapes here just to give it that softness. Now we can get a little international and funky with decor to the max. This reminds me a lot of Chinese deco, which I love. So these rugs could work really well if you want to implement some Chinese deco into your build. Also, you're seeing the channel quilting, that kind of fan shape on these couches. Lastly, we're doing the pastel pop. This can be great for Miami deco, and I have used quite a few of these pieces, especially these end tables, which you can use alone. They have the lights in them, and also you can put them together to be solid. And then the beds with this kind of asymmetrical curvature. So that's the long and short of it. And I hope everybody understands a little bit more about the features that make something more early modern, deco, modernism, and what differentiates it a little bit from mid-century and later contemporary. So thanks so much for having me.
So the home we are actually working on today is called the Lighthouse, and it's actually the residence of the Bjerksen family from from Windenburg. Windenburg is of course the world that comes with a get together, the pack that I think is the best. The outside of this building is quite international with the large windows, the boxy facade, all that stuff. We also already have a very open living dining kitchen space, which is fantastic. And the main bedroom is fairly open as well. There's actually not a door separating the living space from this bedroom space. So we're starting with a pretty good base here. For the outside, I will be addressing the pool area, mostly just because I want to play with round pools, but really we're not going to be doing too much as far as landscaping. Decorista will be handling the upstairs, and I will be handling the first story. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is adjust the outside a bit. I'm going to place this floor trim around the edge over here, and I'm going to remove it over here by holding shift to just remove one section at a time. And to help it look not quite as contemporary, I am going to go through with just a white plaster and redo this sort of shortboard paneling here. I'm also going to change these 3 exterior doors. I like the wooden door for the front door just because it's kind of cool, but we are going to be switching over to the complementary glass doors from Get Together for these. I think that having these full glass walls is going to be much better, and this now reads more as the back of the house. Wait, is this the front of the house? I thought this was the front of the house. Well, wait, what's this door doing then? This house is weird. Okay, there we go. Front door, right there. Do you think we can move it over? I think we can. I know this is an interior design thing, but like the outside needed some help. Okay, now that we've got that going for us, inside, I believe Decorista already mentioned flooring and stuff like that, but just to recap, we don't want anything looking too busy. So this wood floor is pretty busy. If you wanted to stick with wood, I'd try to go with one of the longer boards, or even if you have the boards broken up, something more monotone like this one from For Rent. Personally, I really like the tile sort of look. My favorite tile is this one from the Lovestruck pack, but it looks slightly older if we go with this white one from the base game Clean Slate tile. I'm also going to extend this wall once just because I don't like how the game renders the stairs sticking out of the wall there. That's not a style thing, that's just me not liking how the game's doing stuff thing. Now for walls, I'm mostly going to be bringing in the same colors as we already have outside. We're not really going to be able to have like exposed building materials because it's The Sims, you know, and the easiest way we can convey that same sort of vibe, that same style direction, I think, would be to translate some of the wall colors inside. So I'm going to start with that. Plus I like the color red, so you know, it's a win-win for me. I'm going to go ahead and use can lights and probably just leave them in, and then we could add accent lights if we want to as well. Oh, also I wanted to just switch these stairs out to be plain old white, and okay, so this bothers me when things are one tile away because then you just have that weird bit of nonsense happening. Let's move the tiles outside as well. Okay, so that brightened that up a lot. Let's talk about the kitchen. My first thing is going to be to complain. Sorry, it's just the way things are. Listen, here's what I want in the game. I want basic subway tiles. These subway tiles have a wooden paneling at the bottom, which is like fine for most applications, but not here. I don't want wooden paneling. That is not part of the style. Or this beautiful, beautiful subway tile. I want it all the way up the wall. We don't have just subway tile. Sometimes you can get a subway tile look by going in with some of the like cleaner bricks. Like you could pretend that's a subway tile, but it's not. So anyway, I really wanted a subway tile. I was looking through my options though, and I found that this tile, was it this swatch or this one? This Riviera one? This is actually kind of fun, and this brings in a little bit more of the artistic side of the modernism movement. So I did end up deciding to go for this, which I know what you're thinking. Subway tile to this? What a leap. Listen, look at this picture on Pinterest, and now look at these tiles. Do you see the connection? I see the connection. The next step in the kitchen was pretty easy. The cabinets, we have so many great cabinet options. We're looking for simple shapes, very few finishes, so we want to try to avoid handles, carved shapes in the cabinet doors, stuff like that. The Jungle Adventure counters, even though they do have pulls on the drawers, because it's very simple, I think it could work quite well. We also have the corporate chic countertop, which is a bit on the contemporary side. We also have these countertops from Dream Home Decorator. The Harbinger counter is good. The Spade counter could maybe work. This seamless counter from Home Chef Hustle is fantastic. The Island Living counters are really good as well. Cool Kitchen, I think, is this one with the ice cream cone. These could work. But yeah, lots of different cabinet options. We do have red if we really wanted to go with some monochrome over here, which could work. I'm going to explore this option today. Oh, it would probably help if I actually put my counters and fridge against the wall though, huh? The original also had an island here, and I liked that. I liked the island. However, what I don't like is when I put a sink or a stove on the island and it's like behind the lip of the counter. I don't like that. So I'm going to take 3 of just my standard counterpieces. Then I'm going to take the outer corners. I have to make sure I'm putting them on the right side. Oh, these have a waterfall. This might look a little bit too contemporary in the end. And then I put the island in the middle here. And then this lets you have some nice little bar stools right there and have the sink without the weird lip. And I just thought it was fun. However, I'm a little bit concerned about this waterfall edge. Yeah, the waterfall edge is a little bit too contemporary. Just kidding, red counters. You're beautiful, but we cannot use you. I might keep the fridge still. Okay, so this is more what I had set up before with these cabinets. I just really like these cabinets. I might go for a brighter wood color and keep these. What else I wanted to do with the kitchen was actually get rid of this piece, go to my upper cabinets and grab the full cabinet. So that will sit right there. With the shorter fridge, we can actually pull this across, and an end cabinet just to switch up the shapes. Also, I know I didn't paint the ceilings. The ceilings are glitching so bad right now. I wish they weren't, because we could do some really cool stuff with the ceilings with this style. Something else I was experimenting with was actually using the Dream Home Decorator stuff a little bit more and putting my range in the middle here because, and maybe this is a silly reason, but I actually really like having that hood in the middle. I think that looks pretty good. It's quite dated, but like that's okay considering the whole point of the style that we're going for today. And then I was going to grab the ovens that go inside the cabinets. Oh, I guess we still need a sink. Whoops. So there's my like base kitchen. Oh wait, nope, I lied to you. I lie an insane amount. I don't understand why you guys stand for it. I'm switching this piece out to be an end piece so that I can grab a trash can because those are important. Okay, so there's my base kitchen. I'm also going to recolor this column to match more of what we got going on, just make it a little bit darker. And then I want to put my dining table over here. Looking through all the dining tables and all of my options, I did like this one, although I'm not sure if the splayed legs is too mid-century. This table was pretty fun as well. This one could work. I think about a 2-tile table is going to work well for me here. We have, well, maybe we could do a 3-tile actually, because we have 3 bedrooms and I think 4 people live here. So I think I'm just gonna go with this one. I'll switch out the color, maybe match this darker wood. And if I'm remembering what I was reading correctly, I believe that mixing different metals and wood tones was actually a pretty common thing with this style. It can be hard to tell because a lot of the photos are in black and white, but yeah, we can mix stuff up a little bit. Looking at chairs though, I like these bowling night ones. Again, it's a bit on the mid-century side. Really, bowling night is really pushing into the late mid-century, early postmodernism. But I really like having these exposed brackets on the chair just because that's something that was really coming into style with the modernism movement. We could also go with this one from Snowy Escape. We also have the molded plywood. Again, even though the shape of this one is a little bit later, that material aspect, like what was actually coming into use, the molded plywood. This one or this one? I like this one because you can get this color that has a little bit of red on the outside, which is fun. Let's talk about the living room. The rugs that I want to check out first are the sort of corner rugs from Get Famous. I want to see what they have to offer for us today. So I'm just gonna go through. This is a little bit later. That's more mid-century pattern. Bummer. I am seeing a handful of traditional rugs being used in the spaces, and I really like the colors on this one. I'm also getting rid of this window for the fireplace just because even if it's an electric fireplace, I don't fancy putting a fireplace in front of a window. Maybe that's just me. What do you think of that? This is just me doing stuff, so don't take this as advice. I just wanted to make the fireplace feel like it actually belonged there. I would like to do a sectional. I think of the 2 options we have, I'm gonna go with this one. I was thinking about going with blue, and we will have to see how we want this to fit in here. And then we'll add a couple of more interesting chairs over on this side. Maybe we take the opportunity to use a large table and grab this one from Seasons. I think it'll look better when we put a couple of flowers or something on it. Okay, living chairs. I love this chair from Lovestruck. We are using it for sure. Other options I liked though, back to the plywood situation here. Again, the bowling night, and actually this one's tiny living, which we haven't talked about yet. These push a little bit more into late mid-century or mid-century sort of revamped in a contemporary way, but they could work in the space. Island living, oddly enough, would be decent. This one as well, just sort of playing with new shapes as a concept. This one is pretty good from high school years again, playing with new concepts of shape, playing with new materials. I love this chair, but it is 2 mid-century. Oh, and there's also this one from City Living. We might use that one. That's got some funky stuff going on. And we're gonna grab a table to put between them. I think I'm just gonna go with this little guy here. I like the low profile of that one. So that's what I've got for my base living room. And then in the middle here, chess table, always an option. It would be a pretty good spot for a grand piano if that's what you're into. A bar. We could do a game table. Get Together did come with games, actually, so that would be pretty decent, although I don't like this table for the modern style. We'd be pulling in probably this one. What are our color options? Oh, we just have a nice brown one. Perfect. Okay, yeah, since this isn't actually like the main entry point of the home, I'm okay with moving the furniture around and interrupting traffic flow a little bit, and I like this little game table setup. I think that's pretty cute. We can do that. A coat rack of some sort would look pretty nice over here, or a hall tree or whatever. This one should actually fit pretty well. I guess we need to decorate, although there's really not going to be too much decorating to do. Oh, there's like yeah. Oh, I don't think that'll quite work here. We might have to put that somewhere though. So this is a play on Warhol's work. Oh, there's also this one. The Stijl. We were just talking about that. Now this I don't think works over the fireplace either. But we're going in the right direction. Oh, I know. Yeah, there we go. This is sort of bringing that same color block pattern sort of stuff in. I'm going to count that as a win. What should I put on the table? Really, I kind of just want some flowers. Oh, we do have sunflowers. And let's put a little, not a kid, thank you, a little lamp over here on this table. Let me look at my furniture board again. I actually don't have as many lamps in there as I thought I did, so we're just gonna have to guess. Oh, this one's kind of fun. You know what? Let's do that one. Now, initially, I know there was a television in this room. I don't know how I feel about putting a television out here. I kind of like it the way it is. For our dining table, I guess we could put something over here. Something small, something practical. Salt and pepper shakers, maybe? I want these. There we go. That's nice. And then over here, we need a bowl of fruit. Do we have like soap dispensers? Okay, I'm gonna move this away. I'm gonna hold Alt so that I can put my soap here because that's where I want it. There we go. Kind of want some lights here as well, actually. That's why I put the cabinets up. Oh, that's nice. Oh, it goes up though. I don't need the light going up. I need the light coming down. And do I go with my favorite again? Oh, that's what else I needed was a chandelier. I am bouncing everywhere. Goodness gracious me. I like these. It's a smidge on the industrial side, but I really do like them, and they're the right height, which I feel like we're not going to get a lot of options that are the right height here. This one could also work, although it feels just way too big. Same with these. These are feeling much more like public space lamps, or like really, really big dining spaces. So yeah, I think we're going to end up going with this one. And because I tried to stay away from industrial for a lot of the other stuff, I think we're going to be okay. All right, so that's what I've got for my living room area. Let me know what you guys think. I'm painting my doors white, okay? I know it's basic. I don't care. They're annoying me. I'm gonna experiment a little bit with the other stuff in these two rooms, kind of pull more inspiration from more specific sub-movements within modernism. But for this, I want it to match out there, so let's just grab our tile. I believe this will be a guest bathroom and also shared with the kids. So I'm going to place 3 standard ones in the middle and put an end one on each end, I think. Maybe we move it over. So I want 2 sinks is the end goal here, because children. I'm not going to be too crazy creative with the toilet. We're just going to stick with that. Oh, I actually want the tile on the wall with the sinks. There we go. So that'll warm that up. And let's grab some mirrors. Now, I was seeing a lot of circles and ovals for the mirrors, so I was thinking about sticking with that. Most of our circles light up though, and that's a contemporary thing that I'm not as keen on. There is this one, this oval, which is pretty high up, or this oval here, which if I can get the right color might be fine. Yeah, let's raise it up. Oh, hello. Apparently I saved a camera position. No worries. If you go to raise something up with the 9 key, what a great opportunity. Usually 9 raises stuff, right? Like I'm gonna press 9 and it's gonna go up, but it's also switching my camera around. That's fine. So what I'm gonna do instead is press Alt 9. Now my camera setting has been reset and I should be able to press 9 to raise stuff, no problem. Anyway, I do still need some sort of tub, shower, toilet, something. Gosh, I really don't want to bother with this. I'd like to just put something down and call it a day. Is that bad? Can I just do that? You know what? Let's put a wall here, because now we can grab our tile and we can tile that area in if we want to. Okay, so that'll look better. And then we can put like a towel hutch or something here, and it'll be fine. Oh, I also wanted lights above the mirror, and since I can't find any lights that I like, I'm going to stick with this one, which is pretty timeless. And yeah, I made a bathroom. High five. Okay, so now for the chillins. I'm gonna look them up real quick so I can make sure I'm telling you the correct details. And this bedroom is for Elsa. Now, Elsa wears yellow and green and red, and she's just a cute little kid just running around living her best life. She has a maxed mental skill, so she's a clever little bean. And I was thinking about taking some inspiration from the Stijl movement for this one, and I kind of wanted to make the room mimic one of those art pieces. You know, like one of these blocky patterns with all the different colors. I thought that would be so fun for a kid's room. And we can kind of do it. Like, we have a lot of different colors of floor and all that we can put together. But let's see if I can find a floor that has all the colors that I want to do. Because this one has white, which is nice, and blue, which I would like to bring in some blue. And I want yellow as well. This really isn't a very good yellow. Oh, we really just don't have good yellow. We have this one from Love Struck. Do you come in the other colors I like? Not really. So yellow looks like we're kind of limited in the yellow department. All right, so yeah, this is going to be a wee bit of a challenge to get it to match on the floor as well. What about green? What if we did blue, yellow, and green instead? Red is a really popular color, but it doesn't go with Elsa's current aesthetic. This is inspired by, so, you know. Now we'll grab our walls. This is plaster. I don't want plaster on pure expressions, so I'm going to grab the white. See if I can get a similar green. Stucco on you. Does that actually match? It's a little bit more texture than I was planning on, but it does seem to match very well. I know, color matching in The Sims is a lost cause, but I'm doing my best over here. And then a yellowish color. Okay, you know what? That's not too bad. And ideally, I should be able to take this and select the ceilings by tile and then actually match my ceiling. This should look pretty cool if my ceilings weren't glitched to heck. So this is what I kind of want it to look like, right? Like all those blocks and whatever. I think this would be so fun for a kid's room. It's just paint, so it's cheap. Like, I'm feeling inspired. Now we have to try and find furniture that fits into those blocks and is still within the style. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. Here it goes. This is a nice, just super simple bed. Does it come in a nice white? It does. Oh, well, okay, that was easier than I expected. Okay, white sleeping. Do I want to put the bed in white? Maybe that's a little rough. Maybe we put the bed in yellow. So yeah, maybe we do a yellow bed instead. There is this. That's actually pretty simple. I like that. Just a nice simple bed. We could do a whole little built-in closet thing with Dream Home Decorator. All right, so we got some drawers, and then we'll get some cabinets. I'll do these, and I'll do this one as well. And then some cabinets on top too. Yeah, see? Isn't that nice? Kids' clothes. Hanging, kids' clothes. All right, now she does wear green, so we'll put some green in there. Are there any other kids' specific clothes, or is that the one? I'm also gonna add this sheep just because it's cute and it's the right color for the area. And we could probably add a little chair as well. That would be nice too, right? Okay, so we've got sleeping space, we've got our dresser space. What else do we need for the child? We need some science for the child. This is a little genius kid over here. I wonder if we have a science table that is blue. Science. Booyah. Yeah, I feel like green is a better choice for a kid than red anyway. We'll do the Bigfoot stuffy. We'll do a nice toy box. I think I should do a dollhouse as well. About other skills and activities. Ooh, an art table actually would be good. And let's see what sort of wall light we have to potentially put over this area. Anything cute, or we just got stuff? Put some flowers over there. There's a science poster. Here's a science poster. And a ribbon for winning stuff at science. There we go. I think I spent as much time on this as I did in the entire kitchen and dining and living space, but like, let's be real, there's not a lot going on out here. Okay, and then in here, Sophia is a teenager, a young teenager, musical prodigy and dreams of making it big, so we want to do some music-y stuff. I really, really, really want to use this particular piece. It's an icon of the Surrealist movement, which was aligned with the Modernism movement and just finding new ways of doing things. So I'd really like to bring that in here. Plus, it just like a teen feels like somebody who'd be like, oh my gosh, I want this. Especially like the people have money. She can buy this off of Wayfair. I don't know where kids getting their furniture these days. Don't know. I got mine out of a barn. So what else should we draw inspiration from? Rennie McIntosh did some more ornate stuff. I believe he ended up going more into Art Nouveau as his career progressed. Art Nouveau was being developed around the same time, and I have a whole video about that if you're interested. You know what? Maybe we should just look for some furniture and see if it works out. Okay, so I would like a double bed somewhere in here. For the most part, we're just looking at platform beds, just like the most basic standard bed. I generally don't care for this one too much, but it does have this swatch, which could work for us here. This one might work. Let's see. It's really layering on a lot of textures, but we could try. How do we want this organized? I think I'm going to go over to decorations and I'm going to grab some of the wall tile things. We could use these, I think. I want to put in a wall, grab the decoration, place it on the wall, and then holding control with the wall tool, remove the wall. There we go. Okay, so that'll provide some division of space. And your Sims can walk in a half tile space, so we should be able to get on both sides of the bed just fine here. These guys, I think I want these on either side of my bed here. I'm going to press F5 to get quarter tile placement so I can actually put them where I want. Actually, this one I'm going to hold Alt to scooch over. Maybe. We'll see if it lets me. There we go. I don't like how it clips into the wall. Like, that's weird to me. Okay, that's cute. And then we'll get a couple of lights. We already used this light, but I think if we use it in a different color, that could be a good reading light over here. Do you think she'd be in cheer? You know, I think she would. All right, let's grab those. Pom-poms over there. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go with that. And we need a dresser space still. And I want some sort of like, not necessarily a stage, but like some place to hang out and practice your instruments. Putting together a band, you know. Activities and skills. Instruments. Need the old guitar. Oh, Love Struck comes with the new guitar. Oh, this is actually quite pretty. Very nice. Should probably just stick with the base game one. Oh, and then we should grab some mirrors too. Should we just do a whole wall of mirror? Is that later in the 20th century? That might be a little later. Okay, let's grab this. Even if we don't do like the full wall, I want to at least do over here. Okay, yeah, I want that. And then I want to take this and place this on this wall. We can't place it over the door, and that's really the only place for the door to go. I guess we could technically put the door here. Yeah, no, let's just keep the door where it is. Do you suppose the short one would go over the door, actually? So close. You know what? Let's play test that. Let's see if that works, because I am dreadfully curious. And I think that this would be a fun wall to then add some pink paint to. Okay, maybe not that pink. Let's see. Do we just have a light pink that matches our bed? So many colors, and so many of them are so terrible. We can do that one. All right, we needed some color in here. Should we do a rug? Because I'm okay with layering some more stuff in here, especially if we're going to try and... Like, here's one of Rennie McIntosh's things here. So you can see this is a bedroom. You can see where I've got the slat inspiration, slightly more layers on the bed and stuff like that. I know it's Art Deco, more than modern, but like, it's such a good rug. And it brings in some yellow and it brings in some blue. We might actually be able to recolor some of these things to match a little bit. Yeah, look at us. We're branching out. Amazing. What else? Oh, dresser, I suppose, is going to be important. I also like this vanity with this big round mirror on the back. So I think I'm going to bring this in. Maybe I'll put that over here. Yeah, I think that could be cute. Okay. Let's put that over there and then we'll put a dresser over here. This is very mid-century, but it's also just classic. Very nice. Might use that. Or we could use this, which matches. So we've got a matching set here. That would be pretty appropriate. I wonder if we could also add another round mirror above here. Oh, that's right. The round mirrors like all light up. Forgot about that. Kind of annoying. Oh, here we go. Let's bring this in. We'll bring in our Warhol piece. Warhol. Listen. Ba-doop-doo. Gosh, it's so empty, but like that's the vibe. I might bring in another chair, maybe? What about this one? Do you think that would work? I'm asking you, and I'm the one who's supposed to be making the video. Ooh, actually, if we're using the Love Struck Lips sofa anyway, maybe we can bring in this heart chair as well. See, these pinks match the rug really well, but now the bed isn't matching as well. Should we bring in more of the red? Would that be closer? It does tie into the rug more. Oh, and we still need a chair for the vanity. Goodness. Wow, this feels so empty. I mean, we can like bring stuff in and make it feel cozy, but when you look at these pictures of some of these spaces, they're just so vast and wide open. Kind of wild. Do we want to put the colors on the walls too? Do you think that would help? I know we just did that over here. Overall, this has been a fairly saturated space though, so maybe we should. Yeah, okay. Let's go with that. It's still pretty empty, but I think the colors help a lot. Yes, I think the inspiration is clear. Hip hip hooray. So, my bathroom feels really dark. There we go. There's my first floor. Oh my gosh, I can't get over how empty it feels, but it's like, it is what it is. For the pool, I kind of wanted to play with these round pool shapes and see what we could do with them. We'll add a diving board. We'll add a ladder. I'll add some lights as well. And I don't have a well, actually, I was going to say I don't have a complementary wall tile for this tile in the base game, but then I remembered we were using the Riviera tile, so I was like, well, what if we just use that? Oh, let's change out the pool trim color as well. Why not? Yeah, this is just because I wanted to make a cool pool. That is the whole story for this one. I was thinking about moving the grill area up here since it'd be closer to the kitchen that way and it would function better as outdoor dining, and then we could put a swing set in as well. Nothing too crazy, just some swings. So this is the grill that it came with, and I'm fine with keeping that grill, so we will do that. Now for outdoor dining tables, we have picnic tables, which I like just fine, but then we also have some other decent tables like that we could actually put chairs around. I don't know, I kind of like the aesthetic of a picnic table though. It's cute. Let's also add some lounge chairs while we're out here. Okay, so we've got some loungers, picnic table, grill, pool, front door with some random paint on the wall, but that's fine. Let's see what Decorista's been up to upstairs. I'm excited. Okay, so this is the bedroom space. So this is going to go right here. This is so pretty. You can tell that an actual designer did this. I'm like, nerd. And Decorista's like, but make it pretty. So we do have a television space in the house. I was concerned about that, but then I thought she did that, so we're good there. I don't have to add a television. Went for a lot of blues and yellows up here, which is super cool, I think, because it really contrasts all the reds that I went with down here. But look at how pretty. So let's take a look at the bathroom next. Oh, are these the new shower heads from Lovestruck? They are. Cool. Okay, so these are some standalone showers, a nice walk-in shower, very big. This is a nice big bathroom. We weren't quite able to fit that same amount of space down here. If I'd been a little bit more creative, we probably could have, but I'm stupid, so we didn't. But yeah, very nice bathroom here. Again, going with a completely different color palette than I did, which I think is so funny. We also have the home office, I believe is the next room. Yes, the doors and windows line up. So you can see this is a walkthrough space, very yellow, very warm. This actually matches more with what we've got going on down here. So private study space with the computers. Obviously these computers are not historically accurate, but again, I believe Decorista is going at it from more of a like, hey, if I were to redesign this today, what would I do? And I'm going for like a, let's make this as historically accurate as possible, like it's been frozen in time. I have loved working with Decorista so much. So well, looks like we have some doors. What's going on over here? I'm guessing that this is left over from a different room somehow. I'm going to get rid of that because that doesn't make much sense. And let's grab the last room, which is the home gym. But yeah, so we've got a sauna, lights, the gym looks so much better. Again, you'll see the before and afters in just a second here. But nope, we've got one more, the patio. Okay, brace yourselves. Oh, this fence looks so much better. Okay, this is very, very pretty. We have a planter box here, which has been sort of hacked so that it will upload all as one room. Normally this would upload as 2 separate rooms, which is a pain in the butt. Nobody's got time for that. So yeah, we just got a whole little hanging out space upstairs. Oh gosh, that looks nice. That is where I'm going to leave the lighthouse today, and as we move into our before and afters, I think that Decorista and I unintentionally highlighted some of the differences between architecture people and design people, and I feel like today was a really good example of why that happens. Me, the architecture head, very architectural, it's minimal, lots of square edges, lots of symmetry, lots of repeating the same elements. I leaned really heavily into the international style, into Bauhaus, into just like the really early, really clean, streamlined side of the Modernism movement, and I focused a lot on materials. I brought those up over and over and over and over again. And then when we move upstairs, you can see how much Decorista leaned into the more decorative aspects, leaning into the Art Deco, leaning heavily into the motifs, the patterns, the new materials that were being brought inside. And I just think it's really, really interesting that even though we collaborated and we were sharing screenshots back and forth of what we were working on, we still ended up with 2 such vastly different spaces, which I love. That's one of the reasons I really want to collaborate with people who know what they're doing on this series, because I'm just not wired the same way in that artistic sense, and I have absolutely loved seeing the different approaches that we take to these things. But hey, if you're an interior designer, or you're like me and just have a really deep passion for things that you don't actually have an education for, reach out to me on Discord if you'd like to do a video together. As I mentioned earlier in this video, I did try to make this video by myself because I was like, I can do it. I know how to research stuff. It's different. It is a completely different world. Like, obviously it's very connected. It's all inside a building and whatever, but it's a different space out there for sure. So I'd love to keep bringing you these videos, but to keep them quality, I will be continuing to make them collaborations. Now, speaking of interior design and things that were mentioned earlier in the video, I alluded to several videos earlier on here, so these are all going to be on screen. Normally I don't put this many videos on screen, but if you guys liked this video, you're going to have a really high chance of liking any of these videos. We have covered Art Nouveau before, which was developed around the same time as the Modernism movement, but had a slightly different direction. I also recommend checking out the Hamptons video, which is the last Design Like a Nerd video we did. And if you're looking for a tutorial for something to build that you could decorate in this style, I recommend this final video. Thank you guys so much for redoing the Lighthouse with me today. I had a great time. Hopefully you had a great time. Hopefully Decorista had a great time, and I look forward to building with you all again very, very soon. Bye!